Hi guys, this is Lachette from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I'm back with my depth year update. This is for quarter 3 of the year, since I started the depth year. These are kind of just like verbal updates on how I'm doing with what I plan to do for this year, I guess. And I'll link the first two updates that I posted already for this year in the description and probably up here somewhere. So let's just jump into it. Oh yeah, I will also link in the description the original idea of what a depth year is, and who I got it from, to Jessica the Story Witch, her video announcement thing. Sorry. Well, it's kind of rambly and not explaining well, but I just thought of it. So, I had a couple of things that I decided to base my depth year off of, and it's just like what I decided to go in depth about for this year and how I did this past 3 months or so. For me, I'm basically kind of following the solstices and the equinoxes, and this quarter update, I actually did well on. If you'll notice, we're not too far behind the autumn equinox, so unlike the last update, this is not late. So, first and foremost, I did not watch the last video I wrote, so I don't know if it was in the same order, but let's just talk about it because it's in front of me. Relational, I have things split up into 5 categories. Relationally, I had decided that I wanted to work on, having closer relationships with my family and friends, those that I already have, and to create new relationships. So, honestly, didn't do too well still in creating the whole new relationships thing. I will say, to an extent, online with getting involved in the booktube community or the bookish community online in general, that has been going well. But other than that, I've kind of pulled back in general from most online communications. I did attend one free event last month, August, and it was a book event at the Lit Bar, the one and only bookstore here in the Bronx, and that was nice. But I haven't followed up on that with connecting with that book community. They say they meet once a week, and that is a lot. But that does mean they are serious and committed, so maybe we'll see. I don't always do too well with what do they call them? Book reading groups. I'm totally blanking on the term. There's a term for people who get together to read the same book. Can't remember what it is. Anyway, I just always want to go off on my own. I don't normally want to read the books that they want to read when they want to read them or when it's planned to read them. I'm very much a mood reader. So, unfortunately, yeah. Uh, but as far as creating new, strengthening my old relationships, I have been doing, in my opinion, pretty good on that. I'm looking at my bullet journal here. That's what I'm pulling out. Because I do make notes and stuff about this here. One of the things I was saying was keeping in touch, contacting people, showing I care, and talking with my grandmother, continuing that trend, or starting that trend. I don't remember as of my last update if I mentioned that, but yeah, roughly once a week we talk Granted, it's usually about what's happening with me physically, my physical health. I will be having a surgery next week. Get to that in a second. But yeah, I hope this makes us comfortable enough to talk more. I've been lending her a lot of books, which is a nice reversal from my childhood and teenage years. Um, so maybe we'll talk more about that. Keeping in touch with my brothers, definitely. Another thing I had put down here was to contact people when they come to mind. So I've been doing that with my grandmother and with my brothers, but also with my friends. We haven't gotten to meet up as much, but we are today, the day I'm filming this, I'm meeting up with my brothers, and tomorrow I'll be meeting up with some friends. So yeah, um, planned trips or visits, that was more on the family side of things, and still working on that. I did plan a family, a family barbecue, and we did that. So yay! And I I threw it out there that me and my brother should try to meet up once every other month just to hang out, the three of us. And so that's what we're gonna do today, the day I'm filming this. So I'll have more to say about that hopefully in the next update. Um, so yeah, just hope to keep that momentum going. I don't know how things will go with friends, but I will try. And yeah, that's all I have to update on as far as that goes. But I think that was like what I had in my mind as far as the main focus for this quarter. Next, I had mentally, there's a lot of stuff going on. Continuing the systems that I know work. So bullet journaling daily, um, doing the miracle morning routine, having the evening routine. So up until about 2 weeks ago, literally I was doing great on this. Um, Doing the miracle morning and definitely using my bullet journal every day, which helped, especially since one book, July, I read the Bullet Journal Method book, and there was some stuff that writer Carol, the creator of all of this, mentioned that resonated with me about writing notes on what you talked about when you meet up with people. And then just like thoughts on your day, how you're feeling, that kind of thing. I like that. I have been doing that up until 2 weeks ago, and then I dropped off. I think it was because I had a lot to do the previous week, because I knew I'd be going away from Thursday on. I would be away from home, so it was a lot I wanted to finish. And I knew the surgery was coming up, so again, a lot I wanted to do before that happened, and we're in the last couple of weeks of September. Somewhat the same with this week, I guess, just following the same habit of not following my habits. So I need to jump back into those systems. What else did I have for mentally? Do, 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 do. Oh, so my mental self care. Again, that following those systems really helps with that, but also um, reading books. I have been reading a lot of books, just books, not fan fiction, which is good. Up until 2 weeks ago, just things kind of like coincided and exploded, and yeah, that's when you need to follow your systems, and that's always when I fail to an extent. So I need to get back to it. I have a book that's overdue and a bunch of others that are coming up. Uh, For the most part, the reading challenges, readathons, read-alongs have been helping with keeping my reading up to date. I am two away from my yearly goal books, which was to read 58 books. That's one more than I read last year, and I'm already up to 56. So I'm gonna surpass that goal because I have like one, two. I'm looking. They're literally what, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 books on me right now. Uh, all except for one from the library that I want to read. I also want to reread the Harry Potter books just because it's been so long. So that's a whole nother set. There's a couple of other books that I do want to get to that I had on my list to read this year. So I'm generally happy with that. Also, I'm not doing so good with the whole scheduling self-care in advance. I just, I don't know. My day kind of is go with the flow. How am I feeling? And I guess I struggle with that. Especially now. So I don't know if you could tell. Maybe I don't really pay attention. I might be sniffling a lot. I'm definitely stuffy. Um, but it's still warm. It's like 80 degrees today, but it gets cooler at night and it's fall weather and my allergies have resurged with a giant wave over my head. So also the really dry air has returned. Um, so I think like what I need to constantly do the upkeep for not waking up with a sore throat. I felt like I was coming down with the flu twice in the past 2 weeks, and then just immediately focusing on taking care of myself. I know the societal thing is like, oh, just work through it, and most people kind of downplay allergies if they're not deadly. But this is mostly it. Occasionally I get the flu every once in a couple of years, but if I have allergies constantly, I have a higher rate or a higher rate of getting the flu or a higher possibility of getting the flu. Uh, and I can't concentrate. Maybe that makes me a baby, but it's like I don't really get headaches. I only get headaches when I'm really hungry or really tired, or both at the same time. And I know what to do to fix that. So I might have to adjust what in my head self care is because for the most part, in the past quarter, that's been like journaling and baths, and that's been great. But that's not where my focus is now. It's not it's like I need to have physical self care more right now. So maybe that'll make scheduling easier. So what I was doing this past quarter was not scheduling my self care at all. I was just like, well, I have my miracle morning routine and I have my pseudo evening routine, which I'm not very good about doing at all. Um, it's a little easier in the morning. It's like, wake up, do this. Like, it's like how I start my day. With the evening, I've been doing all of these things and I can get distracted and time goes past and then I'm tired. Um, so yeah, it was kind of a mood thing, like doing the art journaling or junk journaling, which I shared on Instagram, um, and or taking a bath when I feel like, which was mostly during Sabbats and Esbats. So yeah, just taking the time to celebrate my witchy holidays. That was my self care now. And going out to parks and things. That I did a lot, uh, partially thanks to my mother, but also It was very go with the flow. Like, I feel like today I want to go to the park. So I would fit it in, even if I had other stuff. So it wasn't scheduled. Um, Going forward, I think I do need to schedule stuff though. But have been taking care of myself, and that has been very awesome for me. Uh, Next up, uh, okay, just making sure I covered the things. Physical self care. I talked about physical self, the physical area of life for my depth year, prioritizing my physical health, which includes my body and the space around me. So, I did mention in the last quarter that the huge priority under that is to remove the uterine fibroids from my body. Scheduling wise, it works out that October 2nd is when I will have the surgery, which will remove the fibroids. Everything will go well, putting it out there. If you want to send me some healing, healthy energy, I don't know if this video will go up before then or not right now. Um, I'm filming it, so if nothing else, while I'm recovering, I can edit it, but this might go up before then. Um, so yeah, if you're seeing this before October 2nd, then uh, any healing energy, any positive energy, anything to help me uh, fight against anxiety and worry would be great. And honestly, same. If you see this after October 2nd, I will be in recovery and healing and in pain. So I'll take any positive energy you wish to send to me, not that you have to. Um, so yeah, that's gonna happen and my recovery from that. But I did all of the appointments I needed to do. I tried to keep like grounded during these appointments so my anxiety and um, wouldn't have me shutting down and not saying anything and just being rolled over. I actually had one appointment that turns out I for a procedure that I didn't really need, and I found that I didn't really need it, and even if I did, I wasn't really prepared for it because my gynecologist didn't give me all the information that I needed, and there was information I didn't know to even ask for. So that was a little frustrating. On top of it, the doctor that was administrating the procedure, I do that because one, her attitude was just super unprofessional, and to the point where she was kind of questioning my uh, experience sexually or just physically in general, and why would I be worried about such things because you've done this, that, and the other. There was a lot of assumptions, and then like, I can't baby you, you're 36 years old. I'm 34, by the way, but whatever. Just even if she got the year right, like, what? That's not how you talk to a patient. And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's just everybody coming in today is acting like they don't know what they're here for. And I'm like, well, if that's how they're acting, then maybe they don't. If it's all of us versus one of you, maybe we're all correct and you need to calm down and figure out how to fix this. If you can't right now, just be professional. If in the future, talk to your colleagues because they're supposed to prepare us, but so are you. Letting that go. So yeah, I dealt with that. Her attitude in the past, if I hadn't like mentally prepared for it and like actually made a sachet and everything, um, it's my strength sachet, my mental strength sachet that I make for pretty much anything where I'm like super anxious. Um, if I hadn't like prepared, I wouldn't have asked all the questions that I did, and I would have done something that made me extremely uncomfortable for literally no reason. Like, I did need to do that procedure. So, that aside, I had the consultation with the surgeon and everything, talking about the options and why I want to do this, what's going to happen during, before, during, and after. So I am as prepared as I can be at this point. Um, Also, a big thing was cleaning up my physical space. It was very cluttered in here, and my mother reminded me that she or my father is probably going to need to help me out at least for a couple of days, maybe up to 2 weeks after the surgery once I'm home, and they needed more space to move around. And then I just like overall wanted to make more room in here, so I did. I'm not 100% done, but mostly, and most of this happened before the autumn equinox. So that was tied together. And I did what I needed to do. I started filming vlogs, weekly vlogs, to help me with these two areas of my depth year. I had been thinking about it since last year at some point. Just to help me keep on track with my goals. Like, I have the monthly plan with me. I plan out what I want to do, but like week to week things can fall apart, and there have been times where like weeks pass and I'm like, oh shit, it's the end of the month. So like, to keep me on track with what I want to do, plan it out week to week, and then like have something showing me doing it, that to help me hold me accountable, so I have something in a video to vlog about. That's what I started doing. So if you're not subscribed and you're like, oh, she only posts monthly, or you've only seen my depth year videos, do subscribe. You can see the vlogs to see me planning each week, and then doing the things I planned for that week. And that has definitely helped me keep on track. Remember these appointments, get prepared for them, like getting my stuff together, but also like mentally, like I said, making the sachet if I need to. Um, so that's another form of self care and keeping it together. I uh, I also bought some new clothes, so I'm very happy. It's been a while. I bought them for Camp Anime, which is an event I attend every year. It's on campgrounds, but it's also an anime convention. So a lot of the kids, I say kids, they're not little, they're like teenagers or 20-year-olds. They dress up in cosplay. I like anime, I like manga. So I wanted to cosplay. I don't usually have money for like the elaborate costumes, and I don't have the skills to like build them. So I went with like a Mori girl, Mori K outfit that translates from Japanese to forest girl, which really fits being a green witch, if I'm being honest here. Also, the clothing is really comfortable and stuff I can wear regularly every day and not look like I'm cosplaying. It doesn't look like a costume, and there will be no strange looks on the street. So I went to a thrift store that's local to me and got a bunch of stuff. I had to stop, so I didn't like buy a ton more things. I might go and buy more, but that's part of the whole prioritizing my physical appearance as well. So new clothes that fit, that are comfortable, and I got to dress up, cosplay a little bit, even in case I'm not able to energetically later on this year for Halloween. I'll have done it and have pictures to share later. So that's the physical. I haven't really donated much books, but it is what it is. Next, spiritually. Um, so let's just say the letters to myself monthly, I haven't done them at all. well, since the last time we talked, and the last time we talked, I hadn't done them since I think April. So yeah, but I'm doing okay. I'm okay with that. On the other hand, I'm back to doing the journal pages for holidays, and I still have not copied the second half of the Book of Shadows from my coven. I just kind of forgot. Like I said, I need to schedule that with someone else, and I keep forgetting to do so. So, yeah. Hopefully, in this next quarter, I'll get to that. Um, I haven't really made the grimoire pages other than to celebrate the holidays. Um, I have been catching up and doing the fairy of the month, the color of the month, song of the month meditations. I'm still a little behind, but still doing it, which is the important part. And those work great. They tie in really nicely with my miracle morning meditation, so they keep done. Um, Keeping a clean and dedicated altar space. It's behind me, and then more over there, and that's been going okay. When it gets cluttered, I notice, and I'm like, I need to clean that up. So, awesome sauce for me. Um, Finishing the courses and classes that I started. This is also I haven't done it. I think though in October, potentially while I'm recovering from the surgery, one of the things I'm thinking about doing other than just reading is that course, one herbal course that I had signed up for that I still haven't done yet. I think that's when I'm gonna do it. It feels like it's time, which is good. And lastly, uh, financially, I did create a payment plan to get out of collections for my student loans. That's over the next 6 months. I think it's been 2 months already, and it's not tons of money, but it's a good first step that I can afford to do. I've been on top of my bills and stuff. I do desperately need a new phone. I think I went to the store to try to get an upgrade. It didn't work out. I think I was just not in the right space, and the guy was trying to sell me something specific, and I was just like, well, I can't afford that, so I'm not getting anything. Meanwhile, I've dropped my phone again, and it's even more of the screen doesn't work. I had to reset it. So that was the whole thing. I lost a lot of music, which might not be a big deal for anyone, but it was K-pop, mostly foreign, a lot of them not the most popular artists, so difficult to re-download, even if I pay again. So there's that, and then honestly, I just love music. So yeah, it was annoying, but I did it. So I've updated my Etsy shop. Both the summer and autumn updates. I don't know how things will go with selling in autumn because I don't know, at least in the beginning, I don't know how I'll be able to energetically get to that, but here's hoping things will go well. Um, that's mostly it. I'm still not making as much as I would like, but who is? However, I don't want to go with that mindset. I do want to make more money, back to babysitting again, but again, surgery and recovery from that is cutting that off for a little bit, so no money there. Just probably going forward, I will get a part-time job for the winter holiday season. Um, and we'll see how it goes from there. And yeah, that is my update. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. I know I had like a couple of things in here that were just like bothering me. So give me your thoughts, suggestions, advice in the links down below. If you've made an update video for your depth year, definitely share it. Let me know so I can watch it. And I'll see you guys in the next depth year update. I don't know if I'll do this next year. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll do it and not call it depth year. Uh, Thank you so much for watching. Links to all my social media in the description down below. Follow me if you'd like to be a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button if you did like this video. And also in the link down below is my Etsy shop if you'd like to buy any witchy incense or oils, body oils, baths, body scrubs, and uh, or a reading, since we're coming up to the time when the veil is thin once again. Um, and you can help me out. I offer various sizes and various price points. And like I said, free shipping now. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next update. Bye. Bye.